Hi everyone, and welcome back to the training on Microsoft Azure AZ900. In today's lecture, let us discuss about Microsoft Azure Serverless Computing, which includes Azure Functions, Azure Logic Apps, and Event Grid. Right, without wasting much time, let's go and see what's there in for us. Today we are going to take a look at what serverless computing is, and then we are going to dive into some of the most common serverless services types, including Azure Functions, Logic Apps, and Event Grids. Right. So, what is serverless computing? Well, serverless computing is an environment hosted in the cloud that allows you to run code. So, what it does? It basically abstracts the underlying hosting environment and allows you to create an instance of the service that you can add to your code, right? Since there is no underlying infrastructure to deal, there is no configuration or maintenance necessary. When using serverless computing, what you do is configure your serverless applications to respond to certain events, right? These events could be resting points, periodic timers, or even messages that are received from another Azure service. And what's cool about this is your serverless apps only run when it's triggered by an event, which means cost savings, scaling, and performance are also handled automatically, which means that you only pay for the resources that you use. For the next few minutes, we are going to take a look at some of the more common serverless services in the Azure. These serverless service types include your functions, your logic apps, and event grid, right? So Azure functions are generally used when you're only concerned with the code running your service and you have no interest in dealing with the underlying platform or infrastructure. You would normally leverage Azure functions in scenarios where you need to perform tasks in response to an event, right? This is typically performed via a REST request, a timer, or a message from another Azure service because Azure functions scales automatically, right? They're the perfect solutions when demand is variable, and on top of that, charges only incurred when a function is triggered. So I should also point out to the Azure functions are stateless. That means they behave as if they are restarted each time they respond to an event, right? This makes Azure functions perfect for processing incoming data. With that said, if state is required, as your functions can be connected to an Azure storage service. The next service, which is Logic Apps, right? Logic Apps is another serverless cloud offering that allows organizations to automate and orchestrate tasks. It also helps in organizing and orchestrating, automating business processes and workflows in situations where they need to integrate applications, data, systems, and services across enterprise or organizations. Logic Apps simplifies the design and builds scalable solutions in the cloud. It can be on premises or in the both environments too, right? These solutions you build in Azure Logic Apps allow you to perform app integrations, data integration, system integration, enterprise integration, business to business integrations, right? Since Logic Apps are web-based designer, you can design them to execute logic triggered by Azure services without needing you to write any code. There are currently over 200 different connectors available to help you build enterprise integration solutions with Azure Logic Apps. These connectors include services like Salesforce, SGP, Oracle DB, and file shares. Right now, the last type of service is the Event Grid. Event Grid is a cloud offering that you can use to build applications with event-based architectures. Right, this it's also a fully managed offering. Intelligent it also offers intelligent event routing and leverages a publish subscribe, that is pub sub model, to ensure uniform event consumptions. Right, Event Grid also features built-in support for events coming from Azure services like storage blobs and resource groups. Also, you can use Event Grid to support custom non-Azure based events in near real time through the use of custom topics to ensure that your events are reliably delivered. You can use filters to route specific events to different endpoints. So that's it for this lecture. In this lecture, we have talked about Azure Functions, Azure Event Grids, and Azure Logic Apps. All in all, it's all about the serverless computing. I hope you enjoyed this session and liked it. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.